Is going on, everybody? This is Falcons Daily, and we are back here on the weekend. I am CG, your host of the proceedings, and appreciate y'all checking us out here as we get ready for game day with the Falcons taking on the Washington Commanders this Sunday at 1 o'clock at the Benz. Falcons looking to improve their record to 2-2 before they go into the bye week, and Washington looking to ruin that with former head coach Dan Quinn coming in, and also former quarterback Marcus Mariota making his return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And we bring up Marcus Mariota because of the fact that he will be under center for Washington because their starting quarterback, Jaden Daniels, is still out right now with a knee ailment, so he will not play on Sunday. And he will be out, as well as Terry McLaurin for Washington as well, who come in at 2 wins and a loss on the season. Also, Washington will be missing another couple of key players as well. They'll also be without John Bates, their tight end, Noah Brown as well. Wide receiver will be out of this ball game for Washington. So the Falcons really need to get after Mariota. I mean, he was a Falcon, so they know kind of how to attack him and things like that. But you have to get after him, take advantage of the fact that two of their top dogs are not going to be playing in this game. Also, Percy Butler, a safety for Washington, will be sitting out. And, I think the one thing they'll try to do is, get Mariota comfortable, whether it's running the football, quick passes, just trying to hand it off a lot. Because remember, he's, a very effective zone read quarterback. We saw it when he was in Atlanta under Arthur Smith in that offense. So, I think it's imperative for the Falcons to take advantage of that situation, and don't let them come in here and embarrass us for a second straight week. That would not be a good look. But we have to take advantage of the fact that there's no Jaden Daniels, no Terry McLaurin, on the field, because that right there is, should, you would think, hinder their offense some. But they did come out last week and really put the wood to the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, of course, it was at home, so that's one aspect of it. But I think the Falcons once again have to, don't try to overcompensate for what happened last week. Just do your job, play Falcons football, and we're going to like the results, I believe. When it comes to Mariota being in the game or whatever, whoever's playing, you have to prepare for anybody and everybody. That's how it is in the NFL. And that's what Jesse Bates is doing. He talked to the media the other day, and Jesse was talking about who would be playing, who wouldn't be playing. And JB3 said, it doesn't matter who's the quarterback, whether it's Mariota or Daniels, they both have amazing talent with being able to extend plays. And he is correct about that. Mariota does have a propensity to be able to extend the plays. One of the worst ones we can remember as Falcons fans was that Thursday night in Charlotte. Again, another embarrassing loss to the Panthers in Charlotte, but this one was, I'm sure a lot of you remember Mariota falling to the ground, just throwing the ball up into the air, randomly. And, it just was it made for a bad gif or a bad meme. And just, again, a pretty cruddy loss to the Panthers. So when it comes to Mariota, again, we kind of know his strengths and weaknesses. I think if you can get to him, in terms of putting hits on his body and, roughing him up a little bit, obviously within the rules and within the whistles, I think you could have a mental effect on his game. His clock may speed up and he may start throwing some interceptions. So I think that's what we need to take advantage of. Again, you don't have Terry McLaurin out there. You don't have Noah Brown if you're Washington. So, for the Falcons, I really feel like you have to do a good job of pressing on those other receivers. Don't let them get comfortable with little short passes and things like that. Keep your eyes on Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, and go from there. So that's what I feel like the Falcons will need to do just in the beginning when it comes to taking advantage of those players. And speaking of players who are going to be out, A.J. Terrell is going to miss a second straight contest with that hamstring injury. And in his place will be D. Alford once again. I know Jeff Holton, 1225, will mention you by name. I remember we were talking in the preseason about, you not being a fan of Alford, and I said we'd have to agree to disagree. Um, but when you look at what D did last week against Carolina in Charlotte on the road, he had a really good game. D. Alford, even Raheem Morris, in his estimation, said that D. Alford was quote unquote amazing against the Panthers. I mean, that's what the film probably showed him. But just looking at statistics, and I'm pulling up here PFF, just the free version, of course. It's pretty expensive, but PFF. Had Alford at 4 targets. He was targeted 4 times during the game against Carolina, only 1 reception. He broke up a pass. The quarterback rating for Bryce Young throwing in that direction was only 39.6. So, D. Alford, kudos to you, my friend. Props to you. You had a hell of a ball game. It was basically you were one of the shiniest. You were one of the shiniest subjects out there for the Falcons in just a day full of dread. So I think D. Alford, especially with no McLaurin out there and no Noah Brown, I think he's going to hopefully have another big ball game. I would love to see one of our cornerbacks like D get into the end zone. Billy Bowman, let's crank up this coverage here. Let's get some coverage sacks, yada, yada, yada. All right, now, how are we going to beat the Washington Commanders? How's it going to happen? Number one, we have to stick to our run game, okay? When we were running the ball against Minnesota and shoving it down their throat, we looked great. And right now, the Falcons are running the ball a lot to that left side. So one thing that you definitely need to know is about where the Falcons are rushing the football. They're having a lot more success, running to the top and the left side. They're averaging 7.2 yards a rush up the middle, 7.07 yards behind Jake Matthews. So again, that's that's our recipe right there. Remember last year and the year before that, we would run behind Lindstrom and McGarry and had a lot of success on the right side. This year they're switching it up to the left side some and getting chunks and chunks of yards. So I mean, 7 yards a carry, up the left, the left side and the middle side. That's just again, that's you're 3/4 of the way to the first down already. So. We do that. I think anything that's going to get the ball out of Penix's hands quickly to where he doesn't have to sit back and decipher, because remember, Washington has a lot of veteran guys on defense. Again, Bobby Wagner, Von Miller. I can't remember Sandra Stoll's first name, but Sandra Stoll. And also, don't forget about Frankie Louvu, guys like that. They've got, some dogs out there defensively. So you have to keep an eye on some of these players, you know what I'm saying? And, Deron Payne as well, Javon Kinlaw. I mean, their front four, Javon Jean-Baptiste. These are, some really, formidable players. They've done a good job building this defense on the back end. Again, you've got Marshawn Lattimore as well, a player that we know pretty good, Noah Igbenogany, who's been there for a little bit. And also former Falcon Eddie Goldman is now on the depth chart for Washington as well. So these are, again, a veteran defense led by an experienced defensive head coach in Dan Quinn. You got to make sure you protect number 9. Also, another key to this game is keeping Deebo Samuel from going off as well. Because when you look at the rest of their lineup, I mean, they do have Luke McCaffrey out there, but when you look at the rest of it, Zach Ertz is going to be their starting tight end. You cannot let these guys get comfortable out there, not whatsoever. You may see running back by committee with Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt and Jeremy McNichols, but as well, but again, just make sure that you sew up the run game. We're doing a really good job against that. The Falcons, in terms of our defense, really, if you look at it, we're one of the top units on defense right now this season. We are second in the league right now in total defense. Second. We only allow 227 yards a game. It's just insane. So we need to keep that up. I think the number one thing, well, actually, I won't say the number one thing, obviously turnovers. We cannot turn the football over. That probably would be the number one thing. turnovers. Do not turn the football over. Okay, do not give Washington more opportunities than they deserve. We were second in the league at time of possession. I think we still are. So, combined with the fact that we give up the least amount of yards in the NFL, or second least amount of yards in the NFL, um, uh, and the fact that we have the second longest time of possession, that really, to me, is two good factors that we've got going into Sunday's ball game. So we got to take advantage of that and do what we got to do. All right, let's make sure you guys are rising up in the comments and sounding off. Let me know what you think about this Sunday's game. What are the predictions? What's your predictions? Bold predictions, scores. Is somebody going to throw an inanimate object on the field like we've seen at the Buffalo Bills games in the past? What are we going to see this Sunday when it comes to the Falcons and the Commanders? Again, I think the Falcons will win this game. I know we still got bad feelings about what happened with the Carolina Panthers. Getting beat 30-0, which is not a good look whatsoever. But I still really feel like this team is going to bounce back, and that was just more of an anomaly. Let's take a look at comments from yesterday's show. The Commanders, Samuel Davis, 1524. The Commanders will have to deal with two exceptional running backs. Also predict there will be some injuries in this game on the Washington side of the ball. Some of those guys are long in the tooth. You have to rush Mariota differently. If I were the Falcons, I would incorporate what the Lions did to Lamar Jackson. They didn't give him many rushing lanes to escape. Also, the passing game has got to get going. When the receivers get open, Mike has to find them and let it rip. Samuel Davis, my friend, I cannot agree with you more. I really can't agree with you more on that. That's pretty much perfect. Let's see. Let's take a look here. Drew 388. There is no Penix or Kirk debate. That's just media. Correct. I agree. Let's see. Let's see. That's about it. Let's see. I'll give this one a read. Why not? Canal 104. You have to stop yawning on your videos. It's contagious, and if you're bored or not, that gives a message to your audience. You're already monotone, which is no problem for me. Just advice, I support us and your channel. Just want to see you win. Hey, I work a lot, buddy. I work a lot, and that's why I yawn sometimes. Happens. It even happens when I'm on the air when I do radio locally, too. So, sorry if you don't like it. Happens. What can you do? Anyway, now, sound that we've read those comments, we're going to give you guys another little graphic here if you guys want to watch or listen to the game. This is something that we were kind of chiming in here, and we're going to bring in a little special guest here. My daughter, Harper, is going to break it down for everybody. Harper, first of all, my question for you is, who do you think is going to win this game on Sunday?
I think the Falcons.
Okay. How many points do you think the Falcons will score, and how many points do you think the Commanders will score?
I think the Commanders score like 32, and then I think the Falcons will score like 52.
Oh my gosh. If we hit 52 to 32, y'all, you better take the over. Listen to Harper, take the over, okay? All right, Harper, real quick, let's break down how everybody can take a look at this game on Sunday. All right, if you want to listen to the game in the radio in Atlanta or the Atlanta area, how can you do it?
20.9 the game radio.
92.9 the game?
Yes.
All right. If you want to watch the game on TV, whether you're in Atlanta, Washington, or any of the local areas, how can you watch the game on TV?
CBS.
What about if you don't have a TV, or what if you don't have a TV, you just have internet, and you want to stream the game on your laptop or on your phone or your tablet?
NFL Sunday Ticket.
Or what else?
Paramount Plus.
Okay, but if you don't have any of those, let's say you're in the car driving and you can't sit and watch the game, but you can listen to the game in your car, what can you use in the car to listen to the game anywhere in the world?
CH 226
Yep, channel 226 on Sirius XM satellite radio. That's right. All right, so y'all enjoy the football game. We're going to do the same thing. Hopefully we eat some yummy food and have a Falcons victory. Harper, what do we usually do when the Falcons win? What do we do before? When the Falcons win, what do we go do?
The 33rd.
And what kind of treat do we go get?
ice cream.
Ain't that right? So let's root for the Falcons to win. Let's go get her some chocolate ice cream. Harper, break it down for everybody.
Sayonara and buenas noches.
Peace up, A-Town down.